What's up, ninjas? Today's session, we shall be focusing on something professional web developers use to lay out their websites in a responsive fashion. What do I mean by responsive? A responsive website is a website that adapts flexibly to whatever device or screen the user is browsing with. Be it a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, a smartphone, or even large screens like TVs and billboards. With a FlexBox model, your website gets that flexibility effect to adapt irrespective of whatever the user is working with. You know what? Let's talk less and see more of how the FlexBox model works. Can I have your attention on the screen now, please? FlexBox, a flexible way to lay out web page items as either a row or a column. To initialize it, just set the parent container to a display property of Flex. The parent container now has control over how its immediate children are laid out or spread out. By default, the Flex direction is set to row and has a main axis running horizontally and a cross axis that runs vertically. If we add items to the Flex container with a fixed width, they will sit in the top left corner. The items will be laid out one after the other from the main axis starting points. The amount of space that each item takes up is known as the main size. In this case, each item has a fixed width of 50 pixels. But if we change the item width to 100%, the flexible container will distribute the items evenly across the main axis or the horizontal axis. You can now think of the sizing in terms of a ratio where each item takes up 1 unit of space. As in this case, 3 items take up 100% of the space by apportioning 33% each to themselves. You can change that ratio by setting the flex property on an individual item. If we set flex to 2 on the middle item, it now takes up 50% of the available space. Now, you would often want to control the way items are spaced or aligned along the main axis. Use justify content to space your items evenly, maximize the space between, or push them to the flex endpoint. You can also use these same techniques along the cross axis with the align items property. And that means we can easily align things both horizontally and vertically by both aligning and justifying the items to the center. We can easily convert our row into a column by setting the flex direction to column. The only thing that changed is that our main axis now runs vertically and the cross axis horizontally. Everything else works exactly the same way. All you have to do is tilt your head sideways.